All right, let's talk about it. It's one of the biggest challenges and biggest fears for any freelancer. How do you get paid what you're really worth? And maybe more importantly, how do you do it without losing the clients you actually love working with?
Oof. Does that sound familiar? If that hits a little too close to home, believe me, you are not alone. It's that nagging feeling in the back of your mind that your skills, your experience, everything has leveled up, but your income hasn't. And that feeling? Well, it's a huge sign that it's time to make a change.
Okay, so let's dive right into the heart of the problem. We'll call it the freelancer's dilemma. It's this deep-seated fear that keeps so many incredibly talented people from charging what they deserve.
And here's the stark reality, the thing you've got to understand. This isn't just about trying to make more money. When you factor in something as simple as inflation, a rate that just stays the same year after year, well, that's actually a pay cut. Your expertise is growing, but your actual buying power is shrinking. You're moving backward.
So what's really holding us back? Well, it usually boils down to these three big anxieties. We're terrified of losing the clients we have. We get that little voice in our head, imposter syndrome, telling us we're not really good enough to charge more. And we operate from this scarcity mindset, this belief that if we lose this client, we'll never, ever find another good one. These fears feel so real, but you know what? They're often just feelings, not facts.
So let's talk about that. This fear isn't just a feeling in your gut. It has a real, tangible financial cost. And when we actually look at the data, the numbers tell a story that's completely different from the one our anxiety is telling us.
I mean, just look at this. This is wild. A staggering 2/3 of freelancers have never raised their rates with the clients they already have. This just proves how incredibly common, how paralyzing this fear actually is for so many of us. You know how it goes, right? Your brain just starts spinning out these nightmare scenarios. The client is going to drop us immediately. It's going to be this super awkward, cringy conversation. They're just going to go find someone cheaper. But what does the evidence actually show? And here it is, the reality. It is so much more encouraging than our fears would have us believe. Freelancers who actually go through with it and raise their rates keep the vast majority of their clients, 85%. That number proves that good clients value the relationship, the consistency, and the quality you bring way more than they value a rock-bottom price. So you want to be in that 85%, right? Of course you do. The good news is it's not about luck or just crossing your fingers. There is a proven playbook for this, so let's break it down.
The first rule of the playbook, timing. It is absolutely everything. You don't just spring this on someone on a random Tuesday morning. No, you use these key moments as natural, logical triggers for the conversation. Each one of these is a perfect chance to tie your new rate directly to your increased value.
Okay, so you've picked your moment. Now, how do you actually say it? Well, it's a simple, professional, three-part framework. You give them a heads up, so there are no surprises. You clearly explain the why behind it. And you show that you're a partner by being flexible. It's all about clear communication.
You know, a really great announcement does two things at once. It's both firm and collaborative. You're setting a clear boundary, here's the new rate, and here's when it starts, but at the same time, you're reinforcing the relationship by focusing on your partnership and keeping the door open for a conversation.
Now let's be real. Even if you craft the perfect email and have the perfect timing, you might get some pushback. It happens. So what do you do then? Let's look at how to handle those objections strategically without panicking.
And again, the data here is just so reassuring. I think this might surprise you. In the vast majority of cases, an objection isn't a hard no. It's just the start of a conversation. Look at this. 2/3 of the time, the objection is totally overcome, and only about 1 in 10 times does it actually result in losing the client.
See the pattern here? The absolute key is to not get defensive. Don't justify your price. Instead, reframe the conversation. When they say someone else is cheaper, you talk about the results and trust you've already built. If they say they don't have the budget, you offer to adjust the work, not your rate.
But you know what's even better than handling objections really well? Not getting them in the first place. And the ultimate strategy for that is to build such a strong case for your value that the rate increase just feels like the obvious, logical next step.
And this is how you do it. This right here is the gold standard. You have to stop talking about the hours you put in and start talking about the results you get for them. Using specific, hard numbers like this completely changes the entire dynamic of the conversation. And that right there, that leads to the single most powerful shift in thinking you can possibly make. You are not a line item. You are not a cost to be managed. You are an investment that generates a return.
I mean, think about it. When a client knows that for every dollar they give you, they get $8 or $9 back, your rate suddenly isn't a price anymore. It's a bargain. Okay, so let's pull this all together. If you're going to walk away with anything today, just remember these 4 key things. Be strategic with your timing. Communicate like the professional you are. Always, always focus on the value and ROI you provide. And remember, your confidence is going to come from being prepared and knowing that the data is on your side.
So I'll leave you with this question, and I want you to seriously think about it. What is the number that truly reflects your value today? It's time to stop just thinking about it and start planning. Because your expertise has value, that value is always growing, and you absolutely deserve to get paid for it.